Hello and welcome. Hi, Stephen. You got in there before the stream even really started. Thank you very much, mate. Nice to have you along. Thank you very much for joining us. So we are here with the International Race of Champions. This is round 5. This is Watkins Glen. We've got here through some fairly inconsistent driving from me, some bad luck along the way. We've lost an awful lot of points. So just to recap on that, so we've had 5 out of 8 races have been affected. We've had 2 racing incidents taking points finishes away, both at the Kyalami Sprint and the Nordschleife Sprint. We've been essentially taken out twice, just wrong place, wrong time, one of those things. I had that at the Spa feature race where we practically died, really. And we had one at the Nordschleife in the last race, which finished our race. And then had a self-inflicted error, taking good points away at Spielberg in the sprint. But taking the positives out of it, we've generally been there or thereabouts on pace. So I think we're not doing too bad. You got to get the positives out of it. So the championship currently looks like what's on the screen there. Now, Hans-Joachim Stuck has got himself a really handy 14-point lead. Now, he inherited that lead after the skip to end function in the last race at the Nordschleife. Kind of screwed everybody who was in the top 6 at the time over. None of those people who were in the top 6 at the time of the incident ended up in the top 6 at the end. I can't be sure if that was a result of further instances of accidents after I left the race, and it could have been. So I have to assume that the end result was not a weird thing and that it was genuine. I suspect it was a bit of a weird thing, but I've got to assume that it was genuine. So the points as they finished after skip to end at the Nordschleife stand. So Hans-Joachim Stuck is in the lead with 38 points. We are still somehow second with 24. Emerson Fittipaldi very, very close behind with 22. Juan Maria Traverso, again, close behind, just 2 points behind again with 20 points. Peter Brock, a further 2 behind with 18. Derek Bell with 17. Walter Röhrl with 12. Alan Moffat with 10. Jackie Ickx with 9. Graham Hill with 8. Mark Donoghue with 8. Mario Andretti with 7. Barry Sheen with 4. Henri Pescarolo with 4. Jackie Stewart with 4. Denny Holm with 2 and AJ Foyt with 1. The only person not to score so far is Richard Petty, and he's at his home race today. Well, one of his home races. So, yes, it's going to be an interesting day today. Today's a bit different to the previous. So normally we have one 25-minute sprint and then an hour feature race. Today we're going to have 3 25-minute sprints. And we're going to have Daytona, the last round, will be a double points event, and it will be a really long enduro. It might be a fill the tank up and drain it, right to the end. So the round 7 at Daytona is going to be all to play for, I suspect. So let's get rid of this, and let's go and look at getting our first race set up. So Watkins Glen, it's very, very fast. This is the GP layout that doesn't have the bus stop chicane in the top right corner, or in the top corner, I should say, more accurately. Lots of undulation, and the AI is very good when it comes to the undulations on the circuits, it seems, but has been providing fantastic racing. So I really hope I do it justice today. I don't want to let anybody down today. I just want to do it justice. So doesn't matter if it's wet or dry. I've been checking the forecast all week. The closest I can get to it with the Met Office is Rochester, I think is how you say it, which is a bit north, I believe, of Watkins Glen, the circuit. But it was looking like it was going to rain earlier when I checked it about 3 or 4 days ago. However, today's forecast was really, really bright sunshine, really quite a hot day. So it's going to be interesting to see what we end up with. So let's get race 1 sorted out. So We want today's date. Let's go that way. So current date, 13th of the 7th. Yep. We don't want 6 o'clock. That's the last race. We want 11 o'clock for the morning. Real time, real weather, rolling start, and a default progressing circuit. We're on 106 dry skill and 1.05 wet skill scaler. I'll be interested to see if we need that wet skill scaler today because, yeah, as I say, the forecast suggests it's going to be a really, really hot day. And if the real weather function is correct and accurate, that should that should hopefully carry over. Right, so 25 minutes, 11 o'clock, 13th to the 7th, default progressing circuit. Right. Yeah, it's been racing really, really nicely. Again, to be fair, they all have, but some better than others. So, like Spa, for example, had a lot of to and fro with the AI pace, and the Nordschleife also had a lot of to and fro. Notice the record there is 157.144. That will be with a Corvette. The record for a Porsche is, I think, 2 minutes 0.5-ish. It's about a mid 2 minute flat. So, yeah, that's just something to bear in mind. We're not that far off the pace when you see it. We are circling around just off the record pace at the moment. So, right, what do we got? Light cloud, dry, 24 degrees air, 53 track. Oh man. Oh, the left rear tyre is gonna take a pounding today. Right, so let's get our setup on. So the setup today is slightly different. It's not quite the base. It's not far off, but it's between the original base setup and what we had at the Nordschleife. I learned a few things at the Nordschleife, and I suspect this setup here, what we're going to run today, is probably going to be the new base, I would have thought. And what I'll do, come the end of the series, I will release that to everybody so everyone else can share and enjoy it as well. Okay, so we need, just in case, I don't think we're going to need those, but just in case we do, we'll set the wet pit strategy just in case. Right, so we've got base, slicks, Watkins, Glen. We've got the wet strategy going. We've got 28 litres of fuel, which gives us enough room for an extra lap, possibly 2. Okay. Right, so the grid is for race 1, Mark Donoghue, who could do with some points actually. Now, he's going to be tough to beat. He's one of the strongest in the AI file. If he gets away, I don't think we're going to see him again. Barry Sheen, one of the weaker drivers, but very good in the wet. He's got a very good feel for the wet conditions. Same for Walter Röhrl, but he's a bit quicker in the dry than Barry is. Denny Holmes, a great all-rounder. Myself, Juan Maria Traverso is a great all-rounder. Hans-Joachim Stuck in 7th. He's our main guy. He's the guy we've got to beat today. I want 3 wins today, but if it doesn't happen, we just need to outscore Hans-Joachim Stuck today. That's the #1 goal. Jackie Stewart in 8th. Emerson Fittipaldi, Mario Andretti, Peter Brock, Alan Moffat, Jackie Ickx, AJ Foyt, Derek Bell, and Richard Petty. He's got the brown end of the stick again, hasn't he? He's not had much luck, has Richard Petty, with his starting slots. And everyone has got the same qualifying skill. It should be truly random, I guess. He does seem to end up at the back quite a bit, which is a bit of a shame for him. And Henri Pescarolo bring up the rear in 18th. Okay, right. Let's get a quick swig. Get a bit of sugar in me. Oh dear. Yes. Oh. Yeah, we need 3 good, solid results today. Right, let's see how we get on. Right, just one last check. Base slicks, just in case wets. 28 litres of fuel. 24 air, 53 degrees, track. 11 o'clock in the morning. Right. Let's go do it. Get some heat in the brakes. Jesus, Hans, calm down, mate. Only lap 1. Right. Put the times up for you. Haven't quite got the front tyres warming up yet. They weren't too happy around that long right-hander. Need to try and protect that left rear a little bit, so that's on the throttle in the main. It's very tempting here to just get on the throttle and slide the car around, but you can't afford to, not with these temperatures. Too tight on the right there. Compromise the left as well. The trouble is, because it's uphill, you lose all the way up the hill. We can get Traverso on the exit up to this left-hander. Nice. Sorry, Walter. Misjudged that. I could have prevented that as well, because I rolled off the brake. I could have prevented that. Bit careless. Put it down to nerves. I'm absolutely bricking it. It's better. That's better. Should get a nice little toe. Come on. No, it's not going to happen. Too far back. Barry's going to be vulnerable. Volt has got that covered off. Need to be careful here because I've got Traverso behind us, who will be closing that gap, I'm sure. So Stuck's down in 8th at the moment. It started to felt the right front just starting to lock there into the first corner. I don't know if the sound came through in the stream or not, but it was just very faint. The tyre noise is quite quiet anyway. Well, compared to the rest. Excuse me. Wasn't expecting Will to roll to change his line twice there. What happened to a roll there? Also as well, I'm fully aware that you can take the mickey out of track limits here. First corner and that tight right hander there. I won't be taking the mickey out of it because the AI don't, so I won't be doing that. Well, maybe if I get desperate. See, I can't really do anything here because they're so quick through here and up the hill that even if I make a move, it only puts me in danger, so it's not worth the risk. I thought he was going to come across. Right, we've got to watch out for Emerson. Ooh, I thought Emerson was going to send it then. I didn't cover it off very well, did I? He came from a long way back though. So Donahue and Fittipaldi are probably the two strongest drivers on the grid. They've all got characters that make them stronger in some areas than others. But yeah, especially in sprint races, those two are going to be two of the best on the field. I'll watch that left rear tyre temperature. If it goes much beyond 95, I'm pushing my luck. I can go a little bit further, but I get into risky territory and diminishing returns very quickly. wide there. It doesn't matter what line they take here, they carry really good speed regardless. Right, round 2. Right, can we... Oh, come on, gentlemen, play nicely. Well, lucky we got our gap behind us, really. Oh, he's on the grass, isn't he? I didn't spot that. I was looking in the mirror at Fittipaldi to see where he was. I missed Barry Sheen on the grass. Easy. That's the sort of thing that's going to hurt that left rear tyre. Come on. Get off that. Oops. Too wide. Good job, we don't get done for track limits there, really. For that one, that would have been one for sure. Whee! Handstuck's got himself back in contention again. You can't write off Handstuck. Right, let's defend this. There's no way Fittipaldi's going to hold that line around the outside. He took it further than I thought he was, though. Hi, Tomo. Easy. Come on, get in. Nice. We do with a tow from these two, a bit too far back. those slides out. Sort of in no man's land at the moment, aren't we? Well, that'll help, I think. Danny on the dirt a bit there. I'm absolutely on the ragged edge of these tyres at the moment. 95 is just below the threshold of what they're willing to accept. You two, you keep doing that, please. Sure. Whoop. Front didn't want to go, who didn't want to bite then? Just started drifting out towards the guardrail. scrappy. Come on. We'll catch up with the chat at the end, promise. A bit wide that. So we've got 2 more laps, including this one. Too fast in. I needed that. I needed that extra few kilometers an hour just to latch on. Excuse me. Easy. Ah, dang it. I mean, it would have been a risk anyway. Bloody hell. Right. Who got third? Fittipaldi got Stucky. Good. Right. Okay. Oh, bloody hell. Was a bit too fast this guy today. I was a bit sweet. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. But they were okay with that. That was on the edge, but they were okay with that. Okay, right, let's get a picture of that. I mean, that's done Donahue the world of good, really, isn't it? Oh, my thumb is like proper going for it. Oh dear. So what's the time? So we've got 2 minutes, 0.3, 2 minutes, 0.2. We've got a 59.8. That's one of my fastest laps around here ever. Fittipaldi, Stuck, Röhrl. Yeah, okay, right. Let's go and view the replay. Take those off. I'll leave you with the replay whilst I do the numbers. Blimey, that was a good race, wasn't it? I hope you enjoyed that, because I definitely did. Not sure my heart and my nerves enjoyed it quite as much, but that was very good fun. So, Mark Donoghue, 10 points. Denny Holmes, 6 points. Myself, 4 points. Emerson Fittipaldi, 3 points. And Joachim Stuck, 2 points. And Walter Röhrl, 1 point. So that's not really the sort of inroads we need to be making on Handstuck, but I mean, it is what it is. It's 2 points less than it was. So, right, let's have a quick give you a squiz of those. So, Handstuck is still in the lead. His lead has been reduced by 2 points. Not really enough, but there you go. Us, Fittipaldi, Traverso, Donoghue's jumped up to 5th. Okay, Peter Brock, Derek Bell, Walter Röhrl, Alan Moffat, Jackie Hicks, Denny Holm, Graham Hill, Mario Andretti, Barry Sheen, Henri Pescarolo, Jackie Stewart, AJ Foyt, and Richard Petty still hasn't scored. Right, okay. Right, for those that are joining after missing the intro, today is going to be a triple header of 25-minute sprints. So, and then the last round at Daytona is going to be a very long endurance race and double points. So, okay, let's put this back on again. Right, you can leave here now, can't we? And exit. I mean, we were lucky with our starting slot there, really, weren't we? So we were, what were we? Where did we start? Was it 6th? Was it 6th? Or was it 8th? I can't remember now. But we got lucky with our starting slot. So race 2 will be 25 minutes again, but it's going to be 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Depot progressing circuit. Now, if the forecast is correct, this should remain dry. There wasn't any rain forecast in that one, I noticed. So we'll see how the weather looks. I dare say it'll be the same again, but hotter, and I'm going to struggle on tyres. That's how I imagine it going. And that'll be the same layouts, Tomo. Yep, this is the truest layout to the period, as far as I can see. Base flicks, Watkins Glen, 28 litres again, yep. Just in case, wets, but looking at that, we're not going to need that. So, light cloud, dry, 28.56. Scorchio, but pole, touch. Right, myself, Barry, Graham Hill, Mario Andretti, Walter Röhrl, Jackie Stewart, Juan Maria Traverso, Jackie X, Emerson Fittipaldi, Hans Joachim Stuck, Alan Moffat, Peter Brock, Penny Holm, Mark Donoghue, AJ Foyt, Richard Petty again at the back of the field. What's going on with that? He should be. We should see him at the front more often. Derek Bell, Henri Pescarolo. So all the big hitters are all sort of like, well, apart from Röhrl, they're all sort of mid-pack, backwards, aren't they? This is a really big opportunity for us. Oh, was it really? I didn't realise that, Tommy. I didn't realise. But I haven't driven any other layout this week other than this GP layout, so I shall be sticking to this. But I didn't realise that. That's interesting. Okay, right. This is our chance, isn't it? We can really make a difference here. It just makes it worse. It just makes my leg even more shaky. Right, okay. One last final sanity check. So, light cloud, dry, 28 degrees, 56 degrees track, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Base slicks, Watkins Glen, wet pit strategy. We ain't going to need that, are we? Excuse me. And 28 litres. Right. Quite right too. Yeah, quite right, Ty. Quite right. Yeah, right on. Right. Okay. Let's go. Make sure I don't get pinged for speeding as well. Might let Barry lead. All right. Got enough room there? Do you want to come in? Had a few frame drops there. Don't know if that came through to the stream or not. We're always vulnerable on the first lap. Bloody hell, Graham. What's wrong with my left leg? It's too excited. I think we would have had to have given it up anyway, so I think it's just delayed the inevitable, but even so, come on my left leg. At the same time though, I don't want to lose really good points in a fist fight with Barry Sheen or Andretti or Mario Andretti when I've got an opportunity to make really good headway, even if it's 6 points. 6 points is very welcomed, so I don't want to think like that, but it seems like the sensible thing to do. Oh, this is looking good. This is looking positive. Bit of a block past that. Right, I want the rest of this race to be dead boring, I'm sorry. Need to make sure that left rear tyre is looked after. Not having someone like Mark Donoghue at the front of the field should hopefully help out a little bit as well. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're all bloody good. Come on. But, and we're not getting away here. There's no way we're going to get away, but if I have to defend, I will. I would like you to only see clear circuit ahead of you in this race. I'm not here to manufacture entertainment or a race, I'm here to provide a race. And races come in all different shapes and sizes, and one of those is you get to the front, you stay at the front. Right, so come on. I suspect in this temperature they'll probably come back to me later in the race looking at this. That certainly happened in the races during the week I've had. They seem to get quicker compared to me as the race goes on. So Stucker's in 12th at the moment. No, I got my braking marker wrong there. be doing that, Andrew. Don't need to be doing that. You need to stay friendly with that left rear tyre. Come on, come on. That exit curve there between these two corners is evil because it drags you in. You so much as breathe on it and it just draws the car into it. It's horrible. Just looking ahead to the next race, there's no rain forecast at all, so expecting that to be dry as well. Although to be fair, its start time is beyond that 120 minutes that it presents on the screen there. I've got a bug on my screen. I thought it was one of those drones on the game, but it's not. Ooh, a bit wide. Our gap looks quite healthy at the moment, but I am fully expecting that to get closed down. Need to make no mistakes, just keep hitting my marks. who's still in 12th. That's good for us. Sort of feel a bit bad, really, sort of wishing someone else a bad result, but at the same time, he was gifted 10 points that I don't feel he should have had at the Nordschleife. So, yeah, we need to get these points back to redress the imbalance. Just put a hell of a chase on. So we got 2 points back in the first race. If things stay like this, we'll only be 2 points behind him, which would be fantastic. I've said it, I think, in every single event so far, that this point system really does, it's sort of feast and famine, and you can have a lead eroded very easily. But I don't want to count my chickens before they've hatched, so let's get this race done. That gap is building, isn't it? It's actually genuinely building. I was expecting that to have closed down by now. I think if we'd have had Fittipaldi or Donahue in second, I think it would be a different story. Left rear tyre, look, 99 degrees. I need to be careful here, don't I? I've let that creep up. It'll be somewhere like here that will have me over, if anywhere. I got so focused on the circuit, I didn't think to check the vitals. Somewhere like here, that's where it'll let go here if it's going to let go anywhere. Or the first corner. Under brakes. On downshift. So what I'll do to try and combat that, whilst trying to get the temperature back down again, I'll give the throttle a slightly bigger hit, shifting into second. Should just help take a bit of pressure off the rear end a little bit. Just try and keep the car straighter when I get on the throttle. And keep that to a minimum. They're fighting quite a lot behind, aren't they? You see that in the mirror. Oh, I haven't got the times up, have I? One sec. Sorry. There you go. Sorry. So they're fighting a fair bit in the mirror at the moment, which is helping us. Left rear back down to 96 now, so that's good news. At least it hadn't got to the point where it couldn't be recovered. That's never what you want to see. I hear engines in my ears that aren't my own. Right, 2 more laps. Too early. Okay, 1 more lap to go. Awesome. That's great. Stuck was 12th. Okay, so that's a 10-point swing with Stuck. Oh, pressure. And look, the best lap there was like in the first race, we were 1 minute 59.8. That's a 2 minute 0.5. And yet the tyres were absolutely done. Yeah, no, it's not easy. It's not easy, Tomo. No, it's not. Hi, Necrodogs. Yeah, that's right. Let's skip that. Right, let's get a picture. Oh man. Oh, my pits. That's terrible. Oh dear. Insert inappropriate joke about sweating like a. Right, let's view replay. Save that one. Take those off. Oh man. Cheers, Necrodogs. Yeah, everyone's doing well, thanks, buddy. Thank you. Right. I shall leave you with that replay. I shall go and do the scores. Jackie Stewart got 6. That's nice to see Jackie Stewart up there. Mario Andretti got 4. Graham Hill got 3. All the old boys. Graham Hill. Barry Sheen got 2. Walter Roll got 1. Walter Roll's had 2 6th place finishes today. Largest to smallest. Okay, right, let's pause that for a moment. It's been really great fun, Necrodogs. It really has. I've really enjoyed it. I'll certainly be doing something similar again soon. Right, okay, so that's been a cracking time. Those 2 races have been exactly what we needed. And I don't want to wish a bad result on anybody, but Stuck needed to have 2 mediocre or nothing results to really have a chance of this happening. Yeah, so anyway, right, so Hans-Joachim Stuck is still in the lead with 40 points. We've closed that gap. We've closed it by 12 points in 2 races. We're now 2 points behind. Fittipaldi is in 3rd on 25, so we've got a bit of a gap to Fittipaldi now. Traverso in 4th, Donahue in 5th, Brock, Bell, Roll, Graham Hill, Andretti, Moffitt, Stewart, Ix, Holmes, Sheen, Pescarolo, Foyt, and Richard Petty still to get out of the blocks. That would be demoralising if you were Richard Petty there. I mean, here he'd be good here. I can only imagine. He's going to be dynamite at Daytona, I'm sure. Right. Anyway, so that's where we are. We've got one more race to go now today, because this is a triple header today for those that are joining fresh. Normally it'd be a sprint race and then a feature race, but today's race, because it's a short circuit, a true short circuit. I thought it'd be quite cool to have a triple header of sprints, 25-minute sprints, and then make Daytona a proper enduro race, like a fill the tank full to the brim until it's dripping out, and send the cars out type race. Have it finish at night and everything. I think it'll be really cool, but have it also set to be a double points score as well. So all to play for when we get to Daytona, hopefully. Anyway, right. So I've got one more race tonight. Let's see how we get on with that. Right, is there anything else I need to do here? I don't think there is there? So I've saved it. Right, okay. Let's exit that now. So I'm fully expecting this last race to also be dry and blooming hot. So we'll see how it goes. But there was no weather forecast outside of dryness in that last race. And this last race is, although it's going to be 4 hours out, it's going to start at 6. It's been such a beautiful day. I cannot imagine it's going to rain, but you never know. That's what that little wet skill scaler is for if we need it. So 25 minutes. Oh, there is one more thing actually. So the AI aggression is back to media again because it's a short circuit. There's not quite so much risk of death here. Although it is, people have obviously died at this circuit very famously as well, sadly. But you can take a few more liberties here. So I put the aggression up to medium. So they're probably racing a little bit harder than they were before. Seemed to make sense anyway to me. Let's get a bit of a drink. Those first 2 races have been really good though. I'm actually pleased with what I've presented to you. It feels good. I hope the last race is just as good. Bloody hell. Light cloud, dry, 29 degrees, 58 degrees C. 58! I guess it's literally just been baking in the sun, hasn't it, all day? Bloody hell. Did not, I don't need that. Right, okay, so that's wets just in case, so I cannot imagine we're going to need it. So, back, so we've got base slicks, wets, and 28 litres of fuel. Another good third. I was expecting to be at the back. I wasn't expecting to be third. Do you think AMS2 has taken pity on the dodgy result it dished out at the Nordschleife? And it's put Stuck at the back. Oh. Petty's in 12th. I mean, he's not quite, his end of the stick's not quite as smelly as it has been, but he's still not exactly, you wouldn't want to eat it, would you? Eric Bell, Holm, Traverso, Fittipaldi, Brock, Moffat, Andretti. Röhrl, Graham Hill. Okay, alright, well. This is a race to consolidate, isn't it? Well, we shall find out on that one, Tomo. So I'm not quite sure what car I'm going to do next. But what I will say is that it's a custom AI file, and all the drivers are all like super bunched up. There is no real gaps. I think so. For example, the race skill goes from top notch 1.0 down to at its lowest, I think 0.88. I think. And that's as low as it goes. And then the thing that separates them is their ability to soak up pressure, or how they are in the wet, or how they look after their tyres. So, for example, Jackie Ickx will really look after his tyres well. So will Derek Bell, because they're both endurance-driven drivers. Whereas Hans-Joachim Stuck, he's mainly, although he has won Le Mans, but he's mainly sprint races, so he won't be quite so like tyre friendly, nor will who else is there? Nor will Mark Donoghue either. Barry Sheen he's a bit of an outlier because he's a motorcycle rider, so he's a bit of an outlier. He's sort of kind on the car and very gentle. He's very good in the wet. He's got a very good feel for what's happening in the wet, being a motorcycle rider, is my theory. So in the wet, Barry Sheen's really good. So it's just all of these things which just sort of bunch everything together and mix it up a little bit. But the one thing that is consistent is the qualifying skill, and that's supposed to mix up the grids. And you see the grids are mixed up, but poor Richard Petty has had the smelly end of the stick three races in a row. And we've had the sweet smelling end of the stick 3 races in a row, really. So it's a bit of a, in some ways I sort of wish this race would send us further back. But at the same time, I'm not going to fiddle it. It is what it is. You know, it's set up random to be random, so I'm not going to fiddle it. Anyway, right, so light cloud, dry, 29.58. Base slicks, wet strategy just in case, 28 litres of fuel, 25 minutes. Right, let's go and finish off this day and see how we get on. See if we can consolidate. Right. One more swig. One more swig. Right. Yep. Whey! Walter Röhrl bringing the World Rally Championship to Watkins Glen. Not do anything too silly on the first lap because everything's still cold and needs warming up. Believe it or not, 58 degrees, 58 degrees. Need to really be careful. Thanks, Mario. Thanks, mate. Thanks, Walter. Appreciate that. When I keep sliding to an absolute minimum, it's gonna hurt lap time. There's no getting away from it. But this is about running this race as quickly as, and the most efficient way for me, not to necessarily beat these guys. It's more about beating the people that are behind us at the moment. And if these guys are going to fight and cause each other problems, we might be able to take advantage. I mean, you see the way they're moving their cars around. You know, there's... If I did that, I wouldn't have tyres left after 5 laps. ideally need to try and keep them within distance of slipstream so that I get some free time back, really. I can relax the tyres a little bit, take a bit of stress off of them, and then get that time back for free on that long run up the hill. I'm not really quite close enough yet, am I? Will you stop doing that, you guys? Making my car dirty. That's it, you two. You keep fighting. Had to get out of the throttle there. I was going to hit the wall otherwise. Oops. Close enough now to benefit a little bit, not fully, but don't forget you're going faster into this corner. Go sailing off into the boonies, stick it in the fence. Oops. Misjudged that, didn't I? Oops. I do wonder if in that second race I went out the blocks too quickly. If I'd have stayed a more steady pace, would it have been better? Don't know. I mean, as it was, I broke their toe, didn't I? So that probably helped me as much anyway, so yeah, don't know. Come on. So we've got Brock taking up the chase behind us now. They're closing in now. I'm going to have to do something, aren't I? I'm actually going to have to get stuck in. I'm actually going to have to take some risks. Because these 4 points are not going to be guaranteed if I don't do something. Might be an opportunity here. Oh, the rear started. Come on. Still there. Make sure I give him room. Who says the AI doesn't race nicely in AMS2? Whoa! No, 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 no. We don't want to be doing that, thank you. Right, we're at 96. We've had one lap of play and we're at 96. Right, let's see if we can maintain that sort of temperature without losing loads of time. Well, Moffat's going for it now. Okay. What the? Okay, I'll take it back. The AI didn't race nicely. Well, that's changed the game somewhat, hasn't it? If we can make any progress without cooking that rear tyre. See, progress is possible, but it comes at the cost of that tyre. Got to do everything on the brakes, I would say. I don't think I did anything. I didn't run out wide or anything. I was right on my line. Just literally come in and turned in on my door. But anyway, it's lap 8. We'll look at that afterwards. .93. So we can push a little bit. Easy. Easy. Yeah, I'll be interested to see that at the end of the race. I mean, I was quite tentative going in. I let off and rolled the car in a little bit. If I'd have been a bit more aggressive, maybe it wouldn't have happened, but I'm trying to make this... Oh, I was trying to make this an efficiency race, but Walter Röhrl had other ideas. He's dropped right back like Walter Röhrl. I am here, Mark. I can't just disappear. I'll give you the same room you gave me. I mean, really, we might as well just go balls out, because we're 13th and not going to get points, so we may as well just kill it with fire. Right, come on in, Barry. But you mean about, you know, we've been very lucky with our grid slots. If we'd have started from the back of the field, we'd have really struggled. We've been very fortunate tonight. .98. Sorry, Richard. We've got to catch AJ Foy, who's the yellow car, ahead of Denny Holm. And I don't see us doing it. Not in 3 laps. Is it 3 or 4 laps? I don't see us doing it. So fast. 99. We're going to start to get into diminishing returns now. Oh, sorry, Richard. I owe you some blue paint after this. $99. Idiots. At the Volta roll line. So the goalposts have moved a little bit. It's no longer AJ Foyt. Is it Graham Hill? I love the sound of the other car's engines coming through. It's really cool. Come on. Come on. Yeah, Graham Hill's the final point. Last lap. Still 99. 100. Yes. Woohoo. And it feels like it's at 100 as well. Oh, oh. It's on. have I just blown it? Oh, I think I blew it. Ah, too impatient. Should have waited. Got the line out. Still, 7th place after that. That's a good result. Even though we don't get points, that's still a good result. Bloody hell. Somebody else's mistake again. But, oh, sorry, Graham. But, bloody good race though. Hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you enjoyed that one. Right, let's yeah. Let's have a look and see. Oh, wrong one. Wanna skip. Big picture. Enjoyed that. That was very good fun. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that as well. Right, let's jump ahead to lap 8. Got the right old sweats on. It was all going so smoothly as well. It was like everything was under control, tyres were nice, everything was happy, everything was in a good space. And then, did it escalate quickly? Did it ever? Christ. It escalated very quickly. Right, so must be the next lap. Yeah. Right, that's probably not the best angle for it, but I mean, he just turned into my door, didn't he? Right, let's go. Well, to roll. Let's look at the cockpit. Yeah, you're not going to do anything about that, are you? If you're the player car, there's nothing you can do with that. Yeah, I bet that looks really bad from the chase view. Right, we'll just watch this and then we'll call that. Actually, we'll watch it from chase view on mine as well. It's the half speed. It is like he realised, isn't it? Just there was a little wobble just before contact. You see, he just does that left. Yeah, it's like his car can't see my car at that point. It's almost like there's a collision box that's not quite set up right. Potentially. Yeah, right, let's watch it from my view and then we'll report that to Razor as well so they can see it from both sides. Because I'd rolled off the throttle a little bit and I probably could have carried more speed in there. Yeah, okay, right, and then one last view from the cockpit, just so that Razor have got it. Did I show the cockpit view from Stuck? I don't think I did. We'll show that as well, so that they can see steering inputs. Right, quarter speed. Okay, and one last time from his cockpit. Quarter speed. See what his inputs were. So he's turned in really aggressively. Ah, crap. Too late. Yeah, and then because he's turned in on my left rear corner, it means that I don't get any slip on the rear to then be able to turn the car. So, yeah, it's just what it is, isn't it? Right, okay, so let's go back to trackside and real speed. Okay, right, I'll get these results updated and get that in. I'm a bit disappointed, I've got to say, because that's the championship lead taken off us there, essentially. But at the same time, I can't grumble, can I? We've had a really, really good points haul compared to Stuck in this event, so I definitely can't grumble. It would be wrong of me to grumble, I would say. Right, so Peter Brock won that. That's going to be good for him, and it should also close up the whole championship as well a little bit. So every cloud and all that. 10, 6. Emerson got 3rd, so he gets 4, so that's good for him. Alan Moffat got 4th, 3 points. Denny Holm got 5th, 2 points, and Graham Hill got 6th, 1 point. So there we go. Right, let's get that sorted. Okay. Right. Wrong one. Where are we? Don't want that. We want that. And we want that. Okay, so championship scores after the 3rd race of the day. We've got Hans-Joachim Stuck still leading by now only 2 points instead of 14 after the start of the day. We're second. We've got Emerson Fittipaldi in 3rd, who's now 9 points behind us. Peter Brock, 10 points behind us in 4th. Traverso in 5th. Donahue, Derek Bell, Mario Andretti, Walter Röhrl, Alan Moffat, Graham Hill, Denny Holm, Jackie Stewart, Jackie X, Barry Sheen, Henri Pescarello, AJ Foyt, and still Richard Petty failing to get any points. So, right. That's where we are. Let's close that down. It's still a good event for us. It's still been good for us. Okay, right, so usual summary then. So did it go to plan? In the main, we had 3 fun races. The first 2 were productive. The 3rd one was not, but the 3rd one was actually probably the most fun, actually. It's a strange thing, that. What went well? The car feels really nice with these little small setup changes. It feels much more drivable at the limit, whereas before it was, you were sort of waiting for it to bite you. Now it feels like it's much more pliable and much more user-friendly on that limit, especially on the brakes. So that's really, really good. I'm very, very pleased with that. What needs work? The AI driving lines into this corner would be a good start, but the things that I have control of, I'm quite happy with my driving, actually. I think I drove well tonight for the first event. I think I drove really well, if I do say so myself. I'm happy with that. But what would I do differently? The second race, I'd like to see if I could have managed the tyres better. I think, although the end result was still a positive result, we still won the race. I think it'd be nice to know if I could have managed the tyres better, I think. But that's what I'll take out of that. I'm really happy with the car though now. Looking forward to the next round. Any incidents? Well, just the one with Walter Röhrl, really. But we'll get that off to Razor. We'll put that in the AI thread on their forum with a timestamp so they can see it. And yeah, so all that's left really is to say, next up, we're at old 1971, I think it is. Maybe 76. 1970s anyway. Proper Interlagos. So the really long winding round circuit, cannot wait. It's such a brilliant, fun, proper old school circuit. The newer version, the shortened version, it's got a lot of the character, but it doesn't have the spectacle for me. Yeah, so really looking forward to that. Anyway, so yeah, so Interlagos, I think it's 76 next. Really can't wait for that. So all that's left for me to say is thank you for those that joined me tonight. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. And until the next time, we'll see you at Interlagos 76. See you later.